this is fascinating. It took me an awful long time to take down that spider. Minus 26 total entity gravity? I have no idea what that's supposed to mean, or why it's a debuff instead of an actual buff. Ah, jackpots. I would have a... We've got diamonds. We're going to need those. Seem to be jumping a little bit more than I was before. Yeah, diamonds are rare. I found myself wondering if it's possible to make them, and in some mods it is. It wasn't on my initial shopping list, but I suppose it ought to be. There's a thing I'm trying to make in Mechanism. And in order to make it, you need a certain amount of diamonds. And suffice it to say, it will put the practice of cave diving out of business. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, I suppose, could be a matter of opinion, because there is stuff to be found down here. But there's stuff to be found in a lot of places. I'm deliberately skipping those jars, because I'm not so sure I have the room for them. Ooh, awful lot of... Oh, indeed, what do we have here? I'm gonna have to neutralize this spawner. There's another spawner. And it looks like a buffed mob, so I'm going to start doing some tactics here. Starting with blocking myself off like this, so that I don't so that there's no real chance of anything attacking me from behind. Then we can get rid of that spawner. Hey. Take this one out too. I forget what it takes to open this thing. When it starts opening, believe me, you'll know. You hear this ah sort of sound. Then a bunch of monsters will show up. I'd rather not be in that position, thank you muchly. This is taking freaking ages. There we go. There's that buffed monster. I'm going to block him in here. Oh, and I want that lodestone. I want it so bad. It's driving me mad. Yeah, to make these is ridiculously expensive. That didn't get me anything, but at least I won't have an augmented monster chasing me around. Is there an upper tier to... No, okay. Yeah, like I said, I don't want anything coming at me from behind. Oh, punch me in the face. If it isn't a skeleton dungeon. I usually approach these dungeons with a nice modicum of tactics. By taking out the skeleton and coming at it down here. Ooh, look at this. Well, they were fighting each other. A skeleton hits another skeleton, and you are far enough away. The two skeletons will fight each other, and then you get to pick off the winner. let's get this. There we go. Much better. Yeah, these dungeons, well, dungeons in general, these to be made out of some kind of dungeon-related stone. Broken spawner. I don't know whether I'll need that. Anyway, the dungeons are made out of dungeon stone. More food. And, or at least the floors were. I am going to need... I might need to do some farming just to... I mean, I don't think there's any quests for it, but... and there's a compressed iron helmet. Well, I'm gonna need armor. Well, I still need more armor, so why not? Alright. Supposed to make room I can eat those, what are they called? Glowberries first. I'm still kind of short on redstone, though, and believe me, for mechanism I need it. Or at least I probably need it. When we get to building actual machines and mechanism, you'll find out what I mean by that. Because mechanism can sometimes use resources in different ways, or rather more efficient ways than you'd expect it to. Alright. Well, I'll be danged. You know, when I ran across this thing, I had no idea that there was a loot chest under it. Well, I suppose that was my fault. I can get rid of the ones with these debuffs on it, exchange them for the ones with a buff on it. Still don't have the redstone, but I've got quite a few diamonds now. And some good armor. Maybe if I found a pair of boots, I'll go back to that mysterious building and see what it's got. What resistance it can put up, so to speak. What have we here? I seem to have found... well, somebody's lair anyway. But whoever they are isn't home, so I'm simply going to sneak in here, take whatever I can get. I have room for especially the redstone, and sneak right back out. I'm Originally, the guy I'm supposed to knock out is in these caves somewhere, but it doesn't look as though it's actually, you know, there. I'm a bit conflicted as to whether or not I should. It looks like this gold armor protects you more, but it doesn't last as long. I guess I'll have to give up something there. Ah, but what have we here? A backpack. More storage space. I can put stuff in here that I don't have to use right just now. Thank goodness I found this too. I was beginning to wonder if what I was going to have to give up. I might get some armor just for the sake of having a couple of spares. I always need redstone. Honestly, just how little of the stuff is there down here? Probably need some bones too. Now they got room for them. Oh, and some arrows. It's a shame I don't have any string to make a bow with, or well, a bow. What was that? Oh my goodness, he knows I robbed him. Yeah, this is the goon I was talking about whose place I just got finished raiding. It would be such karmic. Okay. Since I seem to be doing him more damage per second now than he is me, our current setup seems fine. Just don't want him taking him out pot shots. There we go. So much better. Ah. And I got, well, chainmail. And something called an arrow of sundering. I don't know what that did to me, but, well, it certainly sounds nasty, doesn't it? Now I got hit with... I know I got hit with it a couple of times. But I still need redstone. And gold. Not coming up from this cave anytime soon, am I? Well, this is interesting. No, not the fact that I gotta use my pickaxe now. No. It's the fact that that's where it's coming from. I never liked that guy. I can make a much better DJ than him. I mean, first off, to be a DJ, you need a brain, right? But more to the point... Well, okay. I'm gonna make myself a new sword here. Out of the iron I just have. I mean, the diamond I could use, but it's too precious. It just isn't enough of it. There's never enough diamond. Even when there is enough diamond. So what's causing this? Ah, there's another dungeon down here. I can loot properly this time. Well, that took a bit of creativity, didn't it? I was... Well, I would have drowned, honestly, but there was a way where you could create an air pocket and recharge your breath. Now, that's long since been done away with, but if you do it repeatedly with like a torch or something, you can gradually refill your air supply. I didn't get as much gold as I wanted to, but I suppose well, it's good enough to start with. I'll start building that this mechanism stuff later, but there's also, now that I got a full suit of armor, such as it is, I can go after that mysterious building. Now, which one of these? I'd like to have put a marker on my map, but I can't for some reason. So, and I can't pull up the journey map either. I mean, I'm just going through all the keys here in case one of them does it, but well, that's the achievements. Ah, here it is. It was M. I'll have this waypoint. And over here, the mysterious building. And you can see the mysterious building is, well, it's in this direction anyway. But I'll go after it later. Well, I think it's about time that we head off for that mysterious building. Now that I've got a full suit of armor, including the boots, I'm going to go there, see what's there, and take out any skeletons I see nearby. I suppose the skeletons came from the building. They also forced me to bolt, hole myself up in a cave, and punch through stone to get out. Heck of a first impression, don't you think? Well, I've put my stuff away, and And so now I have a mostly empty inventory, so anything I can pick up, I will. And as far as these villagers are concerned, well, I can always deal with them at some point. And by deal with them, of course, I mean trade with them. They're a great source of emeralds in case I need any. And I likely might. Now all I gotta figure out is how to get around this giant mountain over here. I was thinking about some of these biomes. They can literally block the way. Unless... I'm trying to decide whether I should go... which direction I should go around the biome. I'm retracing my steps from earlier. Yeah, this is the route I took. I don't think I showed it. And there's this thing. I wasn't sure what it is. It just looks like a random light somewhere. And this, I think, is where I spawned originally. If I had been killed then, I would have had to backtrack all the way to here. And I might have had to dodge monsters to do it too. So you can't see it except on the heads-up display, but the building is... it's this way-ish. Yeah, that's the build. That's where we're headed. But how to get there? Well, they say getting there is half the fun. And look, check the heads-up display. There are already skeletons nearby. And if that one... oh, come on. Okay, we were at slideshow levels there for a minute, but... alright, I guess I'll have to pick a different direction to cut up in. Build a nice little platform here. This becomes a bit of a jumping puzzle, which I never did like, but I'll do them if it's necessary. Thinking at the back of the building. Suppose I could... actually, one thing I ought to do before I do anything is make some torches. Yeah, there are going to be some pretty dark areas in here. Once again, I'm a bit stumped as for how to get in. Is there an entrance? Or am I supposed to sort of dig my way in somehow? Not exactly averse to doing that. It just isn't a very orthodox way of doing things. I suppose since I can't find behind the entrance. Okay, I'm tunneling in anyway. Regardless of what my attitude on doing so might have been in before. Skeletons are around somewhere, but if I knew where they were, other than just nearby... Oh, was I really that close to the side of the building this whole time? Okay, so the building seems to have spawned in a lake or something. And the entrance is up this ladder. So what I'm going to have to do is... Let's dig down a bit. Yeah, landing in the water, it's not a bad idea. And then I gotta make sure that I don't